Hello coaches, welcome back to another MSC Tactical Breakdown. Today we're going to look at one-touch passing combination exercises. If you enjoy them, please give it a like and a subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And if you want the full details of the exercises, sometimes we can move through them really quickly and there's coaches that are saying, slow down, I want to see what the passing rotations are, who goes where. I want to try this myself, but I need it to slow down. Just click on the link below and we'll put all these exercise details. Also, we got a new ebook coming out this week too on modernsoccercoach.com. So plenty happening over on the website. Check them out. But now it's one-touch passing exercises. Okay, as always, when we're doing these tactical breakdowns, we're asking why we would want to do it. So for me, there's 3 reasons why you would want to use and utilize a one-touch passing exercise. First of all, it's technically more challenging than taking 2 touches and taking your time and picking the pass. 1 touch is a different skill set, so always good for players to practice. 2, it can be a really good exercise to get the tempo going if you're a coach and you like to get the session going fast from the start and you get a good energy and a good tempo. One-touch passing is a good way to get that going. And then the third one, and maybe the most important one, is the demands of the game today, particularly against blocks, is that you're looking for one-touch combinations to sometimes solve pressure. So if you're a possession-based team and the passing is slow, it's going to be easier for defensive blocks to get set. But if you can change the tempo and then utilize one-touch passing in those overload situations, you can break pressure and open up specific spaces higher up the pitch. So different skill sets, different challenges, and we're going to go through some of them right now. Alright, so the first one we're going to look at is for a recent one that I saw Chelsea do in a pre-game warm-up that they had before their match against Arsenal. One-touch passing, it almost moves like a figure 8, where the ball is played across, diagonal pass, and then drop below for a player again to play. You follow your pass after every pass. These are about 7-8 yard passes, so they're not too long, and it allows the players to move quite quickly through it. So by the time they get to the next cone, the ball's coming again very quickly. So again, it's a good exercise just for a warm-up, 2-3 minutes to get everyone when they're touching the ball, get comfortable, get confident, and then maybe take it into an opposed exercise then. The next one is from Arsenal, Mikel Arteta. I really like this because it's quite simple in terms of where the ball's moving, but it's quite complex in terms of the rotations. So again, the ball's moving in almost a typical Y exercise, but the rotations are quite different. And when this moves quickly, you need to be quite focused to make sure that you're in the right spots. But it's a lot about angles and the weight of the pass because it's combination bump. Really good exercise for players to get into a rhythm again, to perhaps take that in to a possession exercise where those spaces are going to be tight and the combination play is going to have to break pressure. Third one is something a little bit different, a triangle exercise. Again, it looks pretty complex for the start, but once players get into the flow of the movements, it's quite simple where it's just drop, back and then through and then follow your pass all the time. Now there is a little bit of pressure for players to physically get to the right spots here. So this could be an enjoyable exercise for players to start as a warm-up. Although it looks pretty simple about where they have to be, that ball can move pretty quickly. And again, once you get into a flow and a rhythm, this should move quite smoothly and enjoyable for the players to move from A to B. And again, take that combination play into the next step of the session. Alright, the last 2 are going to be quite creative in terms of moving them on. So if you're someone that likes to put a rondo into an exercise, but you want to incorporate a one-touch passing exercise as well, here's an idea. You've got a circle, you've got 2 players starting with the ball, so then when that player moves, there's always someone at the cone. And what happens here is it's quite simple in terms of where the ball moves, and it's bump, pass, so it's diagonal. Again, easy for the players to get into that rhythm, that flow. Once you then get everyone going, you might do this for 60 seconds, and then after that there, you can move everyone together inside the circle, 2 defenders, and now you can play your rondo, where again, you can incorporate some of the ideas from this, where it's a bump and then a diagonal pass, take it into the exercise, and then maybe move out of the exercise again, and then going in a different direction. So you can be quite creative as a coach to use this and adapt it, and then keep the exercise moving from opposed to unopposed. And then the final and fifth idea, and again, if you like these exercises, please check them out at modernsoccercoach.com and I'll explain them and break them down. The last one is a little bit of competition. So 2 groups of 5 players. And again, it's a little rhythm where it's bumped back and through. But you put a mini goal at the bottom. But now the players are racing against each other. You can say the first team to 10 wins. As soon as the ball's played, then everyone bumps up 1 cone. Again, it moves quite quickly. You can get energy going from the group in this here. It can be quite competitive, quite enjoyable. And it's challenging because the passing angles mean that people have to come off the cones rather than just wait for the ball because they're all in straight lines. Really fun exercise, this one. So there you have it, coaches. Just some ideas and variations on how you can use one-touch exercises for your training sessions. If you're someone that goes between opposed and unopposed, it's good to give players different variations in the exercises. Again, depending on the physical demands or maybe the technical demands that you want to have in the session, you might just focus on those smaller spaces in a session if you want to keep the physical demands low. Or you might want to go for speed and you might want to have 2 groups going against each other and you might be looking for, again, that energy to go from the start to take it into a really high intense session. Depending on what you do, I believe that there is a place for one-touch exercises. You just don't want to be doing them for 10, 15, 20 minutes. You want to get through it, keep the quality high, get everyone in a good frame of mind, and use that skill set to take it into an exercise where you can utilize those one-touch combinations with pressure and pictures that the players are going to see in a game. Hope you enjoy that. As always, please give it a like and a subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please give it a subscribe below. And if you want to check out the details of the exercises, check them out on the link below, modernsoccercoach.com, and also check out the new ebooks on modernsoccercoach.com/shop. Thank you so much for your support. I will see you next week. Goodbye.